What? Oh my god. Anyway, can people not put two and two together? Can you consider the source of information before you deem it credible?
Exactly my point. For lack of a better term, thank you, wildebeest. Just like giving an old school typewriter to a monkey and leaving it alone for a week and coming back, it might come up with a few good lines. And as you were there lying about Natter while Natter's lying about you, back and forth, the fake fight, and you were saying, oh, Natter is not a credible source, don't trust him, and he always says don't trust you, back and forth, all of it fake for clicks and money. It is a decent quote if you remove it from your lying story, which is people should not trust poor sources of data, and you are here to just tell lies, and so people should not trust what you have to say, including that you were banned from YouTube. I said you were not banned from YouTube. Everybody else said that you were. I says you weren't. And you came back on Friday the 13th
Just to record this. Alright.
with your fake voice, and we're going to react to that here.
Hi, welcome back, welcome back.
And I'm starting work on this right now, January 14th, and you've come back earlier in this day, the 14th, the day after the 13th, with a pointless regurgitation of somebody else's reaction that you just typed words on top of to keep your fake fight with French Fried Girl going. And as I'm working on this right now, at 6:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 14, 2023, you are making a pig of yourself live. So you've returned to the same stuff that you were doing before. You pretended that you got banned. You were not banned. The only reason why you did this was to create some interest and to make that Alan character, as I refer to him, seem like he's real. Let's get into this! Now, when that lying piece of garbage Chantel said them rotten racist things about black people on January 2nd, 2023, I want to get after it right away. And I did. I made a fast, short reaction, about 11 minutes and change, and I gave it a very powerful title, Foodie Beauty, the racist YouTube channel. And guess what? The first thing that happened was it got held for a manual review. So the algorithm did not notice it, and it never has. This is my reward for a powerful title and calling Chantel a racist. No views. Like, that's garbage. My channel's been around for like more than 2 years, and I put that out. I put it out fast, and it's not even 1,000 views. That's the reward you get for telling the truth and doing the right thing. Now let me show you what you get when you do the wrong thing. Let's go have a check on Yaba's channel. Everything that came after that, the word racist ain't there. How about French Fried Girl, that we're supposed to believe that her and Chantel are fighting tooth and nail? The word racist ain't there. And the word racist is also missing from her pre-recorded too. It's not in her lives, it's not in her pre-recorded, and yeah, but all she ever does is live. There isn't any pre-recorded check on. There's no mention of the word racist on Yaba or Frenchie. I mention it and I get 0 views. It's like, you do the right thing, there's no reward for it. You do the wrong thing, there's plenty of reward. And Chantel's working with the bad people who are giving her a pass, like Yaba and Frenchie. Please, may I have your patience here, okay? I know you want the reaction from Friday the 13th, so we are gonna get to it. It's in here. It's now later on in the evening of January 14th, 2023, and this thing ain't gonna get published until January 15th, so I know it's gonna be 2 days late. Don't matter. If I wanna say that this is a fake return, then you gotta let me do some talking and make my case here, okay? Now, let me give you a bit of a preview of this. You want to know where the thumbnail came from? I'll give it to you here.
Me some, and I will like and reply. So
there it is, right there. She got such a smug look on her face, and I went to work and produced this. So please, stick around for the rest of this. Thanks. Now, when I got to Chantel talking all racist about black people at the start of what she did on January 2nd, 2023. I got the worst bit of it at the start, and then I had a few minutes of commentary. So I'm going to run her racist clips here. It's less than 1 minute, okay? And there's also 2 other things that I missed the first time through it. So, okay, less than a minute, okay? Just to review it. Less than a minute. Here we go. Less than 1 minute.
He had, 4 black guys living in the house, and he had 4 black guys living with his wife in the same room. They have a small apartment. There was, just a partition. Disgusting dogs. Hansi, Sharmuta, goodbye. He's living with 3 black guys. Yeah. The wife is getting spit roasted. It doesn't matter that they're black. I'm just saying, just for the sake of it, I guess. Ew.
Now that was bad enough. And, later on, in what she did on that day, she also raised a porno website, that was, also making fun of black people. And she also raised violence that she wanted to do against the character that I refer to as Alan. So let me just get you to the tail end of her talking garbage about his wife. By the way, she's doing all this because they're working together, all right?
Anyway, whatever. Basically, his wife's a skank, and he's a cuckold and a big fat piece of crap.
The audience that Chantel has built up over the last few years is made up of stupid people who are easy to mislead and lie to and profit from. Now, I don't know anything about Alan, and I call him that because his name is too close to the name of the Almighty in the Muslim religion, and I'm not going to say that over and over again because it's not respectful to that faith. Get it? So I refer to him as Alan, and you don't know anything about him, and neither do I. And Chantel isn't telling you the truth. Ain't nobody know nothing about him. You're not going to get anything from that or either. It's all a show. So he's just a character who's getting involved with this nonsense. And he looks to be about 40. And yeah, a heavy-set guy, let's say 350 pounds, maybe a little bit bigger. Perhaps he's married. What I'm getting to is this. There is no way that this cowardly little piece of shit from Cornwall, Ontario, Canadian, no, that's not a doc, she ain't from there anymore, is going to go to Kuwait and talk shit about a man and his wife and get away with it in any meaning of the word, okay? This is all a put on. This is nonsense. And, so, you either believe me or you can believe the other channels and say that, these two are fighting. It's a live action role play. It's a cosplay. It's all nonsense. So, now I'm going to get to the bit that I didn't get the first time because I was rushed because I want to get the racist material out there and call Chantel racist, which was the right thing to do. And she's going to raise violence against him. And they're also going to talk about this porno website, too. So here's the 2 other items coming.
Fist fight crispy buns. If it wasn't illegal, I would. And punch him right in the gut. Yes, I would.
First thing is, Chantel's talking tough. And she's always talking tough. And, you guys, I can't put every clip into this thing. I mean, you got to have a memory, and you can go back through my channel and talk to other folks in the comments, too, that when I phoned the grocery store on Chantel and she was running around there during the depths of COVID with a horrible cough, she said she was horking up brown and yellow phlegm. When the folks there came up to her and said, turn the camera off, you can't do that here in the grocery store, she caved in immediately. I like to remind you guys of that. She thinks of herself as a boss bitch and a badass, and you better look out for her. She's a fucking coward. I mean, her living comes from doing cosplays and working with other dirtbags. Okay, so could you just imagine what would happen if one of us would have got on a channel and said that about her? We get the red stripe overnight. The reason why she can sit there and talk about doing violence to somebody is because of somebody she's talking about bringing violence to is working with her. Same thing. Like I said, I can't put everything here. You got to have your memory and go through my channel. Do you remember when she said, Oh, I said it. I said it. And she was calling for violence against Natter. And I made a reaction to it. It says she's breaking the terms of service. And nothing happened to her? Because she's working together with Natter. That's how she's getting away with it. Okay? I got something I'm going to share with you a little bit later on. Some smart person was in my comments there and said that she's got some sort of an entertainment deal with the Kuwaiti government. That's why nothing is happening to her over there. So this is horseshit. That she can raise violence against that guy, even though she's a big fat cream puff and wouldn't do anything. The fact that she gets away with it, that tells you that she's working together with that guy. Now let's get onto this porno website that she raised.
Thanks for your $2. It should be on the first page of Blocked. Address it. What is that?
What we have here is acting, because the Chantel channel is just a giant performance for clicks and money. She has stooges in her chat, putting things in there that she's waiting for. So one of them mentions Blacked. It is a porno website that features mainly black men with white women. And so Chantel is waiting for it. It shows up, and she says, "What's that?" And then she figures it out within 2 seconds and totally overreacts to it. Okay? This is all fake. So, here's the evidence, okay? Like, it's not just me giving opinions. Someone just mentioned that website. She said, "What? What's that?" She's already overacting here. Every now and then she likes to say that she's smart. I guess that fits in for her storyline to look like she's a smart cookie and Natter and Dee Dee are the dummies. They're all just working together. It's all just a white trash, immoral grift. And so, as smart as she thinks she is, because she's able to pull one over on an audience made up of almost chiefly stupid people, she's a bad actress. So she gets the cue from her stooge in the chat. Someone mentions Black. She's like, "What's that?" Then after she pretends she doesn't know what it is, she figures it out way too fast and then really overreacts to it, okay? Here. There we go, okay? She just said, "Oh, what's that?" Check this terrible performance of bad acting, lying garbage.
Okay, I put 2 and 2 together.
She is acting like she's been surprised by something naughty while the live show is happening to give her stupid audience the feeling that they've all shared a moment together. It is acting. Now, there was one thing I forgot to mention. There was the violence, and there was the porn. Isn't that bad enough? And there was the other thing that I forgot to put in. There was a third thing, which is she accused Alan of stealing and then selling stolen goods after the fact. Here.
Does he sell the Bluetooth speakers? He probably steals things from work and then sells them on a hot market. Except he steals things.
Listen to me. If your idea of a good time is to go to some other reaction channel that treats this garbage as if it were real, then enjoy yourself, and I feel sorry for you too. There is no way that this shit-stained coward lump of white bread from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada is going to go to Kuwait and talk this kind of shit about an Arabic man and get away with it if they're not working together. And she's not going to be able to get away with it with YouTube by threatening him with violence and saying that he steals goods and then fronts them after the fact. No way. They work together. And Chantel said so much that in order to make this bullshit look real, she simply took herself off YouTube for a week. And then all the useful idiots fell into line and said she was banned, including Zachary Michael. Let's see how he handles this. Let's go over and see what he has to say. So here is everything that Zachary has done since Chantel spoke racist things about black people. There's no mention. Zachary Michael can't type the word racist when Chantel acts like a racist. Because if he would have said racist, even without saying get her off the platform, which he refuses to do, which makes him ridiculous. I mean, like, she says homophobic things. He pretends that he's angry. He never says, YouTube, let's get her off the platform like yesterday. He doesn't say that. He pretends to be outraged. He isn't. He's more interested in the money to be made. And I appreciate capitalism. I say that. I love the United States of America. I'm a capitalist myself. Yet there comes a time where you say there are some more important things than just making the money. And Chantel should be banished to Patreon where she belongs. And yeah, maybe you take a little pay cut because she's less of a draw. Doesn't mean you can't make some money. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. He can't type the word racist and call her a racist. Because even without asking her to be taken off the platform, if he said at a strength of 60,000 views per that she's a racist, that just might get her off the platform. That's why he doesn't mention it. He's very comfortable with Chantel being an asshole on YouTube. It makes him a lot of money. He's not the social justice warrior he pretends to be. He's more businessman than anything else. So what has Zachary got to say? He gave the thumbnail, says this is cringe, and he says Chantel writes a song to deflect from bad behavior. Excuse me, bad behavior? Those were racist statements about black people, Zachary, you jackass. That's how he handles it. And then, when Chantel said that she was banned from YouTube, there's Zachary. Foodie Beauty is banned on YouTube. Now, what did Chantel say earlier about credible sources of data?
What? Oh my god. Anyway, can people not put two and two together? Can you consider the source of information before you deem it credible? Or is that just beyond you? Really? Okay? This is where my English major comes in. Actually, it is useful. We were taught to always look for credible sources of information. You know, yes.
Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and this is my dog, Potato. Welcome back to our channel. Today, despite yesterday, I said yesterday, maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm disengaging. Maybe I am Meredith Marks disengaging from Foodie Booty for a bit. And I just, I can't I can't resist. I have some thoughts I want to share about recent events in Foodie Booty world, which is that she went live on Twitch yesterday because she has a 7-day ban on the YouTube, confirmed by her, but speculated prior to that by many people, as I mentioned in yesterday's video.
We both know, Zachary, that you will get 60,000 views per doing the wrong thing, and I will get 1,000 views per doing the right thing. Yet with that said, we both know that Chantel lies all the time. So why would you be so easy to push over by saying this has been confirmed by Chantel? Because it fits in with your narrative. You don't challenge it and say this is all baloney, this is just acting. You take it for real. Now, when it comes to Yaba, she's working with her. Comes to Frenchie, she's working with her. You're not working with her. Yet, you might as well be, because you're serving the same purpose. And you sell yourself as being a smart cookie, yet you're not sounding too smart to me here. Why would you just take it as gospel coming from a liar that it's been confirmed by Chantel? You don't ask, like, wait a minute, who benefits from this? Follow the money. What's she getting from this? What are the other angles on this story? They're all flying over your head? Or maybe they're not, and you're just pretending not to know. Either way, it's not impressive. And at least you're going to serve one purpose. You're going to share a clip of Chantel admitting that she was banned, which is just acting, and that saves me having to dig it up. So thanks at least for that. And now, another bad performance from Chantel. Here we go.
She got a 7-day ban.
Hold it! On your way to introducing that clip, I noticed you do something that Chantel do a lot, which is you tag a laugh on the tail end of things. to sell them when you know that they're lies. Chantel, when she's telling a lie, she brings this at the end. Seriously? Like it as if? And right there what you're doing, like, she got a 7-day ban. You are not experiencing joy right there. That's deliberate and forced. It's not real laughter. You're saying it to sell it, to make it more exciting for the storyline that you're selling, which is based on the lie. This is it's all fake. And so you sell it with, she got a 7-day ban. No, she didn't. It was pretend.
From
she
YouTube,
did it herself. She just
for what
pulled back.
she said about Allah Shabib's wife on a live stream.
So, I got my karma, okay? I'm banned from YouTube for a freaking week. Okay, so I'm banned from YouTube.
That is acting. And if you can't tell that is a bad acting performance, then hey, I'm not trying to beg you to hang around my channel. Go to the other channels. Go hang out with Frenchie and Zach and Yabba and believe all the bullshit. Drink the Kool-Aid. This is acting. And it is now early in the morning of January 15th. It's like around 12:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 15th, 2023. And she has since released another goofy song. So she's come up with another, make-believe attack piece on Frenchie, and she's done a live, which I haven't even put a finger on yet, and she's making a pig of herself while wearing the hijab, and she came up with another ridiculous song, so she's still the same asshole she was before. She just took herself off for 7 days to create some excitement and to make you believe that something happened because her and Alan really are fighting when they're working together, okay? Now, I'm borrowing this from Zachary and he's borrowing that from somebody else. So I figure, okay, look, I'm just going to put that up there for a minute. And so, the caption at the top can run. I'm a fair person. Now, to heck with that. I'm going to run it again from the start all the way through and put the wildebeest up close and personal, and you can tell this is totally a fake acting job. That I can't make the argument any stronger than that. And if you just want to swallow everything like Zach do and go, she confirmed it. I mean, he doesn't even ask questions like, I don't know. No, he just swallows it. He just accepts it. He's like an echo chamber for this thing. And before this thing, let me say it before I forget. YouTube, please get this blasphemous thing off the platform. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this, and we're going to do it properly.
So, I got my karma, okay? I'm banned from YouTube for a freaking week. Okay, so I'm banned from YouTube for like 7 days. And I thought, oh well, I have like another channel I can upload on. But you can't upload anywhere on YouTube, so here's the safest bet. Banned for my video on that guy.
And I have to say, even at the time, I think I made a video about that situation. It was definitely out of order. Like, coming for this man's wife who is not a public figure in any kind of way. I mean, she could probably say what she wants and be within her rights to say what she wants, in my opinion, about this guy who's making videos about her. I think that's chill. But his wife was never a part of the internet in that way, and it was really weird.
Zachary sidesteps the serious issue and talks about the weakest part, which is, oh, Chantel shouldn't have gone after that man's wife. It was so weird for her to do that. And he said, I think I made her react. Yeah, you did. And you gave it a thumbnail that said, this is cringe. And you said, Chantel makes a song to deflect from bad behavior. Because you can't come out and say Chantel is a racist. And what she got to say with black people should get her off the platform forever. That is what needed to be said. And you don't say it. And you don't say it there either. I mean, like, I guess for your community, this makes sense. Over here, it doesn't. And oh, Chantel, she's totally over the line. What she said about Alan's wife, because she's not part of this. That's not what was the important part. And I guess, like, this is the way you're going to keep doing things. You're not going to be calling for Chantel to be kicked off the platform because it's very profitable for you to keep coming back. and pretending that you're outraged. You're not outraged in the least. You got a much louder voice here, and you could do the right thing, and you won't, because money's more important. I'm a capitalist, and I got nothing against somebody making some money. Yet for dealing with this racist piece of shit, Chantel, you could be doing some good, and you're choosing not to. And there's that famous quote, all it takes for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. And that is what you are doing.
And also...
Yes, also this is another way to tell that she was never really banned, because her sidecar, Nader El-Shami, with the channel she created for him on her own dang account, is saying that she got banned. That's another way that you can tell, because that channel simply has to do its job. It doesn't have good thumbnails, it doesn't have good on-air talent, it doesn't have anything going for it. It just follows orders. And I'm going to make one more dang point. We're like 25 minutes into this. I hadn't even started the normal reaction yet of the Friday the 13th material. I got one more point to make. Also, on January 2nd, 2023, with all the shit that Chantel did with it, she is still, after all this dang time, teasing her idiot audience with a criminal trial promise of her bringing something against Nader El-Shami, okay? Here's the clip.
And the minute I get home, I'm going to the police station to report your ass. Believe it. For revenge pee on that one picture, that's all I need. It's gonna happen. No, I don't even have to go to the Montreal police station. I can go to any police station and write a report on you. It's gonna happen. Just you watch. You're not getting away with that, buddy.
The clever part for me to have paused on was when she said, just you watch. And I could have said, that's exactly it. She wants folks to just watch. Just you watch and get her all the money. However, I wanted you folks to have the whole dang quote. So she says, just you watch. You're not going to get away with that, buddy. If a woman brings... You see, I have to keep saying this because she keeps returning to it. This is just from January 2nd, 2023. After all this time, she's returning to it again. And let me tell you here on this channel, like I told you before, when she said she brought the multiple criminal charges against Nader, and she and Nader continued to scream at each other on YouTube, I was like, wait a minute. If she had a Crown prosecutor going after him, they would have told her, shut up. And if he had charges on his back, his defense attorney would have said, shut up. And the two of them kept squawking at each other. That told me the best reaction channel there is. And it's small, because when you tell the truth, you do not get rewarded. You want to play along with Chantel, you cash in like Zachary, like Yabba, like Frenchie. I said, there ain't going to be no criminal trial. This is horseshit. And sure enough, Chantel says, oh, I dropped the charges. And I said, you can't do that. You just got to go from your own life experience. You cannot call the police on your next door neighbor for making noise and say that he's dealing heroin and all kinds of other things like that, and you give him trouble. Thereafter, you say, you know what, I was just kidding. Yeah, I changed my mind. You end up in front of a judge. There will never be a criminal trial between Chantel Foodie Booty and Nader El-Shami. Anything that she's bringing against him. Never going to happen. They are business partners. And this brings me to just one more dang point. Okay? Here in my comments. Come here. This here is from my community tab post. And Chantel was staying away, and all the rest of them channels were saying she got banned. And, including Zachary saying it was confirmed by Chantel, like as if we're supposed to take her at her word. And I put up this, I redid this thing. Chantel had this up in her, Instagram, and she was saying speech is silver, but silence is gold. And you know how she always takes these little memes that don't have anything to do with her because she's not a good person, and she recycles them as if she is a good person. And I said, yeah, silence is golden when genuine and not when it is feigned to make it appear as if your newest actor is doing something real to lend a false sense of excitement to your ongoing fake dramas, you silly bee. And I got a reply from somebody that was so wise and so good. I'm going to read it for you in case you're on a device and it's too tiny on your display. I'm going to read it for you. You ready? Here come. This here is a reply that I got from somebody called Tubby Nutkin. And he says, quote, I'm beginning to think this is a huge LARP. Have a friend who works in tort law, brackets, contracts, and does a lot of oil deals in the Gulf. Shamed myself by showing him some of this shit show. Instantly he laughed and said, she's obtained an entertainment media contract from the government to enable this, especially what she has taped, mainly the empty mosque that raised his confusion. They are all in on it. This is a paid drama event, and it's obvious the government in that country are aware of it. You have been right all along, FBRC. These sickos playing with innocent people's emotions. If you want to make a drama, add a disclosure so people do not get invested in your fantasies. Close quote. That is you know, I have to say, in the more than 2 years I've been doing this channel, that's going to be one of the top 10 quotes. And so the guy has a friend who writes up contracts, you know, in that part of the world. And so he says, hey, check this out. And the guy laughed at the guy for showing him this. And it made him look like a bit of a fool for him to show this to his friend. And yeah, that's why Chantel can shoot footage of the oil fields and not get in trouble. That's why nothing happens when Ann Winifred Parks phones people she knows in that part of the world and complains about it. That's why Chantel can laugh about showing a public display of affection and nothing happens. It's because she's already approached the dang government and says, this is what we're doing, it's all entertainment. That's why nothing's happening.
Okay, I put 2 and 2 together.
None of this stuff is for real. And of course, if you say it ain't for real, that limits the audience and limits your income. That's why, you know, Yabba puts a knife in my back. That's why French Fried Girl gives a pass to Chantel when she makes fun of 9/11. That's why Zachary says, oh, it's been confirmed by Chantel that she was banned. She wasn't banned. She took herself off for a week to make it look like there was repercussions, to make it look like this Alan character is for real. It's all fake. And not only is that more than enough to tell you it's all fake, there's too much of it happening too regular. And as I'm just finishing this part off, it is like 1:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, January 15th, 2023, and Chantel is back with a vengeance, being the same jackass she was before, which proves even more that she was not banned by YouTube. She just pretended and stepped back. And now I do my reaction to what she came back with here. That is the thumb, and the title she gave this is Our Old Apartment, The Real Truth, with all caps, which is a theme with a liar, which is to start up the lies, to get you to pay attention, gets her channel hot, she gets money, then she gets criticism, which she wants, and then she steps in and says, everybody shut up, now it's time for the real truth, which is not the truth anyway, and that's just something that this thing is just going to keep returning to, which she is the author of the rumors and everything, just to get people talking and paying attention, makes money, and then she stands in and says, it's time for me to set these things straight. So that's horseshit right from the get-go. Even before we get into it, she's telling bullshit right in the thumb. That is the best indicator that her couples channel has totally failed. If she got to go back to like this intro, which she didn't do. She eventually put like a note in her community tab of the woman that put together this really good intro. This thing is like years old, and this is not what she has to offer anymore. She's still offering criminal trials coming on Nader El-Shami, which is never going to happen. So, this is a sign of desperation.
Foodie beauties. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for 15 minutes.
The creature is about to say, I've been waiting 15 minutes for the kids in the hall to be quiet so I can talk. When I'm stopping it right here so we can just notice how horrible she looks. And I'm not talking about, appearance and like ugliness or anything. That's not what my channel's about. I don't do here. Chantel does that to everybody else, including me. That's not what I'm about. I say what she does is she's always lying, and with this thing with her pretending to be Muslim is blasphemous. I approach it from those things. And she's got so much makeup on, and the lighting is bright for a fucking change. And with the filter, if the filter is like too much plastic surgery. If there are celebrities that you like and they've had some work done, they don't necessarily look younger. They just look different with less signs of age. And the filter's doing what it's doing. And because she wears a hijab, it has to deal with that too. And she's just looking unreal these days. So you can just imagine, like I so funnily said in an earlier reaction, she's like a pumpkin running around with a cape. And I just wanted, just right from the start, like there's tons of makeup and the filter is wrestling with the challenge it has.
Straight for kids to stop screaming in the hallway just to record this.
First world problem, Shanta got first world problems. She gets to make lots of money on YouTube by telling lies to vulnerable people and getting them all invested. And she has to wait 15 minutes before she gets started with her bullshit. So there's kids in the hallway that making noise, Chantel? Huh? Well, are they at least teenagers? Then maybe you could hold yourself back from calling them in for a dirty talking stream and posting it on YouTube like you did with the kids from Amegala? Huh? Maybe you could not do that this time, you fucking pervert!
Alright. Hi, welcome back.
The creature is way too relaxed with what she's doing, which is just more evidence that it was not a real ban. And given that she was allowed to come back after, as I keep reminding everybody, luring minors from Amegala for a dirty talking live stream, you can come back after that. Pretty much you can come back after anything. And then after she did come back, she, was mocking the kids that got shot in the United States at a tragic shooting. And, that doesn't get her kicked off. So there's no way that talking some shit about some guy is going to get her kicked off, alright? And not even for a fucking week. Forget it. So it's just business as usual. And it is now, as I'm doing this, it's 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, January 15th, 2023. So I'm fixing to get this done in the early afternoon. And with the things she's already done after coming back, it's just business as usual. She pretended to be banned. And anyway, one more thing. This video that she's made here has got a whole bunch of abrupt edits in here. Alright, so it's not me. I'm giving you the whole thing. So sometimes if I stop to talk and it's like, bloop, 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 that's not me cutting. That's her terrible cuts.
I feel like I've been gone forever. I know I said I was on a YouTube ban, but the reality is that I have a huge zit. And I didn't want to come on camera. I'm just kidding. So today's subject is actually something I've been wanting to talk about sort of since I got here. I feel like people have already talked about this ad nauseum, but maybe you should hear it from me.
That makes me so angry that there are people out there who are vulnerable and they believe Chantel when she sits down there to lay down the law and pretend to give the real truth, which she never does. It's a formula that she follows. When folks are on YouTube and they make stuff, they're referred to as creators. She's not a creator. She's come up with a formula that works with vulnerable people, and she elevates her celebrity so she becomes faux interesting by making fun of 9/11, by exploiting a tragedy like kids getting shot in the United States at a school shooting. Just like her racist comments about black people. That's all to get people talking, and then, she carries on with this fake story after people are paying attention. So it's just like when she said that, I've been told by the doctor I have to be put on a strict diabetic diet, and I have to go to the diabetic clinic. And then people say, oh, so she's got diabetes. Then she shows up and says, you people are crazy. Why do you start these rumors? So it's the same thing, right? So she starts the rumors herself. Then she pretends like she's suffering rumors. And then she steps in and says, maybe it's time to hear the truth. And that just infuriates me when she does that.
Our Old Apartment. Our Old Apartment is also one of my favorite songs from the Bare Naked Ladies, but anyways, I digress. So anyway, also I just want to say I hope you're all doing well, and I really did miss you guys, and I'm so glad to be back. But I feel like I'm just going to be trying to pump out content as much as I can, and of course I will be resuming my live streams, so we will get back to beezing pronto.
At its core, this thing is just an appetite satisfying itself with an income that it will lie and lie and lie in order to get. It's not hoping that anybody is doing good, and she didn't miss anybody either. It's all horseshit. This is the other half of the Stockholm Syndrome for the poor, broken people that look to this thing as if it's a friend, which is to tell them all to fuck off all the time, and not to tell it what to do, and then to come back and say, oh, I miss you guys so much. I'm really thinking of you too. And when she says we're going to get back to the bees in pronto, yeah, so she's gone right back into stuffing herself on camera, which is the only thing that it has to offer.
Alright, so our old apartment, I'm going to do a little story time basically. So we used to live around Salmiya in Kuwait. So the apartment that you're seeing circulating online before we lived here was Salah's apartment, and I stayed there after we were married. I will show you some.
This video she did is short, okay? And I'm just gonna run the whole dang thing just so you have it all here, because we transformed the heck out of it so we can do so, and you don't have to go to its channel and give it the click and the money, alright? So I built up a community over more than 2 years, and I'm just giving you everything that it did. And the stories that it's telling about the timeline of the apartment is boring and not interesting, and when you consider the source, right, as I said earlier, right, we know this thing lies all the time, so any story that it has to share is not like a real person sharing a real story with anybody. So what I want you to notice as we go along is that there are so many abrupt edits. That's because she's tripping over her own lies, and she has to stop. Oh, wait, and oh, wait a minute, oh, wait. That's why there's so many jump cuts in here.
Pictures behind the scenes that we have not shown anyone, so they are kind of private. I know that because I've basically clammed up and used to come from a place that was very open, and I was very transparent with my audience, to needing a bit more privacy, actually a lot more privacy.
Chantel is a very private person, a very classy lady. Because, she's only been on OnlyFans twice. Like, the first time was just to harvest money and tell everybody, hey, it's a $10 loss, take it and weep. And the second time, she went there in desperation after she got yeeted from here after luring minors from Amegala for dirty talk and live streams. And one of them, a young man, exposed himself to her. And while she was waiting to have her channel returned to her, which she got, she continued to talk about the young man in a sexual way on Patreon. And, when she was on OnlyFans the second time, she did a few times deliver some material, and then she had to lower the price because it was bad material and not provided on a regular basis either. So she was reduced to selling her bare ass for $5 a month on OnlyFans, and it's just that we need to remember that Chantel is a very private person
than most people are used to. That opened up the opportunity for all kinds of wild speculation to happen, and I'm really trying hard not to address rumors and negativity because it just keeps going and going.
the Stockholm Syndrome works on some people who are prisoners. It's back and forth, push pull. It's like good cop, bad cop. For people who are vulnerable and free, yet they are broken on the inside in some way, it also works. So this is the other half of her being aggressive and banning everybody that tries to provide some constructive criticism or ask worthwhile questions, which is to act like this. And when she says, I just don't want to deal with rumors and negativity because it just keeps happening, she pretends like she's the victim of it. So after she makes this video, for us who are like not broken by such things, we take this for what it is, which is just insanity delivered to people who are vulnerable. So when she sits here for her audience and says, there's the negativity, there's all the rumors, they just keep happening. And then as soon as she's finished this, she came out with another fake attack on Frenchie. And then she went live, and then she came out with this other stupid song, which is, you know what, I'm going to put the song in this, okay? Because she's moving so fast. At the tail end of this, we're going to do the song too, okay? So this is the other half of it, and she's lamenting rumors and negativity that she starts all herself, which is just, more evidence this is all an act, and, part of the act was her pretending that she was banned.
And I realized that if I learned anything, being forced to take a week off.
Chantel is a liar. End of story. There is not like an extra part of the story which says, and she's a mastermind. Chantel tells lies to stupid and vulnerable people, and that is her income for this place. She is not like a liar that is a mastermind and works her way into a bank with a little job and slowly over some time somehow gets access to all the money and then walks away with a fortune laughing and nobody knows how it happened. That's a lying mastermind criminal. This is just a punk. And if you pay attention to performances, then you can know a bad performance. And she's lying right there. It's like being forced to take a week off. She has to put on this performance for her stupid audience because it works for them. For the rest of us, this is bad acting. And especially, Zachary Michael should know this is a bad performance. And this is more evidence that she was not really banned. If you really get banned by YouTube and you got a community strike on your back and your income, and you don't have anything else to bring to the table for employable skills, you'd be really afraid for your income. And you wouldn't be sitting there squawking at YouTube on their platform. Like maybe on your personal website, you get, that. You wouldn't be on YouTube going, being forced to take this time off. No, it just more evidence that it was fake. And because Chantel is not a mastermind, she doesn't realize not to do this. And you know what? I don't even think she would consider it because this is what works for her idiot audience. She was not banned for a week. They would not apply a community strike and then they build up and then there's two more and she's gone. No. After what she did and she was welcome back, talking shit about somebody is not going to get her kicked off for a week. That was to make the whole thing seem real. This is just bad acting.
Has made me reflect a lot. So I'm actually thankful for that. And I'd say that negativity just breeds negativity. And it's no matter what I say or explain away, it's just falling on deaf ears. So I'm just going to save myself the mental anguish.
If you want to talk about comments falling on deaf ears, then that is reserved for her former fans back in the day who used to give a shit and would say, hey, Chantel, you're eating too much, you're getting too big. And she would just tell them all to fuck off. And then when she starts doing the drugs on camera, that was just the real Chantel doing something that was easier than preparing mukbangs and doing it all day and night at all hours, week in, week out, month in, month out. And, don't do these drugs. She doesn't give a shit. So, if you want to save yourself the mental anguish as she's lamenting she is beset by, then write Chantel off. And write off the other reaction channels that treat her ongoing fake drama as if it's real. This is just a piece of shit that stares at the floor, does drugs, and eats junk food. She's not in love. There's no real relationship happening here. There's no way that a happily married couple produces garbage like this to attract an audience with their lies, horseshit, and drama, and goes on camera like she did shortly after she did this, stuffing herself with KFC. That is not what people in love and together do. And the rest of us adults know that.
And just live my life. That being said, of course, all are welcome here. But if you're just going to be negative and hateful, I will delete your comments.
How many times have we heard that coming from this thing? Too many. Which is why everybody who is good should be calling for this thing to be removed from the platform, certainly for the very most recent racist comments against blacks, and for the ongoing blasphemy against Islam. At the core of this thing is a really big loser. I'm not talking about the blubber. It's like this is all this thing has is to threaten broken people with being having your comments wiped out, and then you will be blocked from the channel. That's the next thing that it's going to say. You will be blocked. Oh, the power of Chantel. A fucking loser that just likes to play this push-pull game with broken people. It's so sad and not necessary.
And block you from my channel. You are free to comment any constructive feedback you like, but when it comes to drama and negativity, I'd rather just keep it away from my channel.
Liars are boring excuses for people because you never get to have an authentic moment with them, because life is exciting and liars are scripted. And she says, I want to keep the negativity and drama away from my channel. All she deals with is negativity and drama. After she did this, she went after her fake fight with Frenchie, right? And so what she's really saying to an audience of broken people is, I'm bringing all the drama and lies and horseshit and negativity all the time. I want you to support me by paying attention so I get money and telling me that you believe everything that I have to say. And so that's why folks should be calling for her to be just kicked out of here, because in order to bring yourself to that place to talk to these broken people, every now and then she says wildly racist things to get attention. And that's why I say get her off the platform. Yet when it comes to Zachary Michael, he complains and he never says to get her out of here. You know, he likes her just fine. That's the difference. She's crossed the lines. And it ain't funny after you make fun of 9/11 multiple times. What is this thing doing here? Anyway, you know, she wants compliments and attention and money. If there's no money in it, she can do without the attention. That's what she's laying down is the law for an audience of broken losers.
Even if that means axing some hate-watching views. I'm hoping that in time I will redeem myself enough that I will build a more positive audience.
What this thing wants is a big, easy couples channel of her pretending to be married to that actor and pretending to be Muslim because she gets to wear a costume, and that makes it spicy and exotic that this wet blob of Wonder Bread from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada is a Canadian in Kuwait. And somehow it's exotic and exciting, and it's going to be lots of easy money. And no, because all she really has to bring is just making a pig of herself on camera and talking shit about people to stir up fake fights. And she wants support in that, and nothing else.
Alright, so as for this apartment in the Salmiya area here in Kuwait, Salah...
Notice the pauses there as she struggles to tell this lying story. That's why there's so many jump cuts in this mess. Because that's when she reaches the pauses and she's like, no, I have to start over. And that's one of them. That's where all the jump cuts are. That's where she said, shit. And then she has to start over.
comes from a family home. He lived with his father and his sisters. His mother did pass away, rest in peace, for her soul.
Chantel is an atheist. She does not believe in the soul. And for the way she has made a deliberate mockery of one of the world's most popular faiths is an indication that she is never to be believed about having faith in anything.
And he decided at some point to move away and get some independence on his own, and therefore he found I guess you would call it like a bachelor pad. It was all he really needed, was just a small place for himself, and he was working and living on his own and doing his own thing. He was living on his own for about 2 years, and after we were married, I stayed with him there, and he would send me progress pictures of him preparing the place for me. And it's actually really endearing because it will always have good memories for us, because this is our first time being together alone.
The first apartment that you two had there was a dump, and the one that you have here is another dump. You were the one that sold him for this fake story as being successful, comfortable, well-to-do. He's going to take care of you. And there you are, still eating shit on camera. The thing is, when you got people interested in it and expecting, just like when you said you were going to, rent a mansion and then it just falls through. The thing is, you get to keep the money you made by fooling people into taking an interest, which means money for you to have with no work. So you sold this as a successful guy you were going to meet up with and get married to. And it isn't. It's just a dump. You're trying to sell this as it's part of a story that you want people to feel for. It's just like you promising a criminal trial against Natter. It never happened because it was all bullshit. You never charged him. It was all lies. He's lying too. You're both a couple of liars. Yet you get to keep all the money that you got by getting people interested. So after you get there, and whatever he wants out of this, if he wants to come to Canada or not, whatever it is, it's not love, it's not real, and you got a couple of shitholes, and now you're making excuses.
And he did a lot to prepare the place for me and make it more comfortable for me. As you can see, I'm a very large-bodied woman.
We can see that you are a morbidly obese, hedonist pig that has deliberately let itself go for a long time. And you know what that says? It says, not only do you not care about yourself, you don't care about any partner that you might have, which makes the idea of you being married to this hot guy who can't keep his hands off of you all the more ridiculous. We have seen you in the wild, and your enormous gut hangs down past your knees, and the bulk of your belly is on top of that. You would have to be like lifting weights just to move the bulk out of the way to do anything. I mean, it's just all so gross, and you don't deserve any respect in that way. You've already shared your life philosophy, which is just to sit around, eat shit all the time, and as far as what we can get from this, you're talking through a fucking filter, okay? So shut the fuck up.
And I make no apologies for that. And I'm actually not ashamed of that in any way.
You should be, because you have shown us how you arrived at that size, which is just to sit around the townhouse, do drugs, stare at the carpet, and order junk food. You don't have any fucking disorder, you just choose to be lazy. That's why the word lazy is in the dictionary. And it is part of our modern time to say, don't do this shamey, don't do that shamey. The reason why the word shame exists in the dictionary is because shame makes sense when you do things that are shameful. And you should be ashamed for it, okay? And don't try to act like you're some hero to women who are bigger. It's like, oh, embrace it. The BBW, yeah, that's cool. BBW is all right. Yabba was always heavy. I always thought Yabba was cute. And being morbidly obese, that's something different. And you never try to make an attempt on losing weight. And so for you to pretend like you're some hero to women when you actually set women back by pretending to be a rape victim, get the fuck out of here.
But I just say that because it's a fact. And if you are also a large woman, you should not be ashamed as well. I'm sure you're beautiful just the way you are.
This coming from you, who fat shames everybody all the time, and age shames everybody all the time, and shames everybody for everything all the time, and appearance shames too. And you fat shamed me. What the fuck? You don't deserve critical analysis. You're just a fucking nutcase, evil fucking lying piece of shit talking through a Samsung filter. Get out of here.
So he did things for me that just made me feel like he really appreciated my company and was really looking forward to me coming. Sorry, you might hear people in the hall. There's a lot of children that live around here, so.
By the way, I noticed that shit early on, that she's living in some sort of an industrial slum because of all the horrible racket that's taking place in the background. And it's not just a few cars honking at each other, it's like kaboom, smash! As folks like to say with a cliche that I like to avoid, sometimes it works. I love that for you to... She had to leave it in too. It's just like too many times you gotta keep stopping because of all the industrial racket in the background.
Anyway, so as I was traveling and when I arrived here, he would send me pictures showing me the progress he was making, set up his place to make it more comfortable for me. He did mention that he was thinking of moving to a bigger apartment, and that was his plan all along, that whenever he married, he would move into a bigger place. A side note is, no, our place here is not perfect. It's not the most luxurious.
It's a shithole. And you sold it as going to be comfortable. He's going to take care of you. Yeah, you get to keep the money. Your silly audience, oh, how romantic this is. It's so old school. He's going to take care of her. He's comfortable. This makes a townhouse look like a palace.
It's not luxurious at all. I know there's lack of decoration and everything, but for us it's perfect, and we actually have a lot of plans to travel in the future, so there's no point for us in investing too much in.
Does everybody got that part of the story? Remember it. So when they always have one shithole after another, it's because they want to travel. Never mind that there's people all over the place that have lovely homes, or even, cutesy, moderate homes that also travel. Oh, Chantel, your story makes so much sense. Not
to a place here at the moment. It has everything we need, honestly, so we're happy with that. We like the area, we like where we are, we're close to family and stuff like that, so we just really, really enjoy it.
There are no family. There are no friends. That's why the only other asshole we see in this mess is that Alan clown who looks like a desperate jackass that could use a few bucks. Probably another friend of the Natter Sala crew. And the only other people we've seen, that one guy in the shitty restaurant that, brought you the tea, and those children that you were pestering and getting them to say Beezer, say Breezer. Yeah, what does Beezer mean? It means sit around your townhouse with a toy and some drugs and make a slob pig of yourself in other ways. Yeah, how dare you make those kids say Beezer, you piece of shit!
Now back to the old place. I will show you some pictures here that Salah has sent me in showing me the preparations as they were happening. He did a very big, deep clean of his place.
Not deep enough because you're still there! Of course, that, doesn't make too much sense because they're working together. Anyway, it's like, oh, he did a deep clean of the shoebox. Wow, we're so impressed.
Rearranged things. He did purchase a larger bed as he had a very small bed before.
What he really did was go to the Kuwaiti military surplus depot, and he found a bed for you that was previously used for hauling industrial waste across the desert. And he said, I don't know, it's probably radioactive, don't sit on it for anything more than 12 hours at a time. You sleep here, it won't go through the floor, and me across the room in sleeping bag. Don't touch me.
He got me some Bath and Body Works candles because I did say that I really enjoyed those.
No, he did not do anything of the kind. It is just that you raised that in your little description of your fake story for your silly audience. You know, they're expecting something like that. It says, yeah, that would sound good. He didn't get you anything.
And no matter where you live, you light a 3-wick Bath and Body Works candle and it feels homey. So he went out of his way just to like do little things like that would make me comfortable. So just little things like that.
Do you want to know what he really did for her? Something special that she's really grateful for and that only somebody that grew up in his culture could do for her? I'll tell you. He squashed Mary, the other hamster. And she really appreciated that. It's like, fuck, we got 2 hamsters. A big mistake. Now what? And Chantel lies and, tells everybody, it's like your dog that went missing. It went to a farm. Yeah. Well, the other hamster? Yeah, we took it back to a Kuwaiti pet store. And there was a family waiting to take it. Yeah, the pet store wanted to take, a hamster back. A $3 hamster and endanger all of their stock and then pass it on to a customer. Yeah, so it's like, now what do we do? I'll take care of it. Are you gonna? Yeah, I will. Did you want to look away? No, I'll watch. You do it. Down the toilet. That is what he did.
You will notice in a lot of the pictures there's a lot of red light. I guess just for mood setting, we really like to have that light on most of the time instead of the yellow light, which we have mostly here. So even though the apartment was small, it was quite charming. I'm used to living in smaller apartments. I've lived in small apartments for most of my life, and to me, the size of the apartment is not important. It was the size of his heart. Okay, that was super cheesy, but it's true.
No, it is super cheesy and it is a lie. You are in a dang shoebox. You shit while standing up and you clean yourself off with a bidet hose, which is not even a bidet. That's just a dang hose lying loose around there. And he doesn't love you, so it's a double lie. Oh my goodness, you're so embarrassing. Never been in an adult relationship. You think that everybody, well, the people in your audience, they haven't either. I mean, so I guess from over there, you got them believing this. The rest of it just laughing at it.
I didn't come to Kuwait for an apartment. I came to Kuwait to be with my husband and make travel plans, develop our couples channel.
You came to Kuwait because the only people who work with you are fuck-ups. And Natter is a fuck-up. And you got the idiots at your channel believing that, you're so desperate for a man, you went to the other side of the world. No, that asshole is a friend of Natter's. Which is why Natter and Salah are now, as we all expected over here, fighting with each other over you. Like, as if. So you had to go over there to find one more dummy that was willing to work with you. And then when you decided to wear the hijab, it was like, wow, I can cover my blubber. You're not on any spiritual journey. You're not a member of the Islamic faith. That's why you went. It's a friend of Natter's. End of story. And when you were going over there, you sold it as he was comfortable, is going to take care of you. So, and like I keep saying, you got to keep your money, even though once you get there, you get a shoebox and a bidet hose lying loose.
And just keep working. So I need to regain focus and work on those things.
How many times has Chantel said over the years on video and with her community tab posts that she needs to focus and work on things? Too many times. The only thing that she works on is telling lies to get free money. And there isn't anything else.
I was very, very happy that first night of being there. I remember walking up to the building and there were a lot of stray cats around and I just thought, oh my gosh, I want all the cats.
Even though the story is fake, that she's in love with this guy, and, just like the previous story that she was fighting with Natter is fake, there are, at times, little turds that are for real. So here, this is either she's trolling, which could be, or maybe that really is just a dumb comment coming out of this stupid Shan toddler. I want all the cats. I mean, like, she got that hamster only for clicks and money. That's it. And we know where the other hamster went. It got squashed and flushed down the toilet or thrown to the cats that she's talking about now. So it just so that might be for real. It's just such an irresponsible toddler that shouldn't be allowed to have pets.
There was like a mama cat, and she was hiding out under some palm trees out front of the building, and with her kittens, and it was just the cutest thing. I kind of miss the old street we used to live on in Salmia. There was, when you'd come off the highway, our place wasn't far away from there, and there were a few restaurants and like little shops, just like a few restaurants.
Do you notice all them clumsy little edits that just happened in the last 15 seconds? And also in the background, there's people shouting. That's the only funny thing that's going on here. Like she's trying to do like, you know, a fake sit down, fake voice, totally prepared, tons of makeup sort of video, and it's not working because, you know, people are in the hallway. I don't care. Camel, you too.
That were open late, selling like falafel and quesadillas and things like that, mixture of sandwiches and fast foods. And then there was like a little mini grocery store type of thing that are pretty common here. Little markets that have like toys and drinks and whatever else. And then we would park in this big parking lot. And something that's really interesting about here is you can pay extra wherever you live to have some guy wash your car every day.
No, that is you. Because when you actually got there, Sally could not believe the filth that you generated, and it was too much of a drag to get you to try to clean yourself. So he said, like, look, guy, bring this sandblaster over here. Stand under the tree. Okay, hit her with it. You get the car too while you're at it. That's where that came from.
So they just like take, you know, a rag and wash off all the cars. If you pay them to, because overnight even like your car will get full of sand and like dusty. So I found that very interesting. So yeah, that apartment, I know it doesn't look like much to most. There were a lot of good memories made there, so that's what's important. And we had a really good time.
Yes. You stayed inside and ate white trash junk food snacks all day and night, and he sat in his car chain smoking, saying, when will this be over? Please, let it be done.
When I first got here, the weather was a bit warmer. It's been pretty cool. It's been like 6-7 degrees Celsius here lately. It's winter time here. I never expected it to be this cool here, but when I first got here, we would go a lot to beaches and be out anyways with friends and family.
There are no friends, and there is no family. It's just two grifters with some snacks and candles. Please, continue.
Having barbecues and just, like I said, going to the beaches, going camping, doing all this other stuff, going out making vlogs. By the way, we have an entire couples channel where we did a lot of things. You can see the entire journey over there.
Really? Do you have a couples channel or something? We had no idea. Oh, that one. Oh, the one with the one that's all fake. Yeah, the one that nobody cares about. Yeah. You got like a channel with more than 90,000 subscribers, at least on paper. And the channel that you're using now used to be your Beezer Incorporated thing. Yeah. The one that has your most recent 9/11 mockery on. Yeah. And even with all that advance notice, you get shit views. Oh, that channel. Yeah, the failure. Yeah, we already know. Thanks.
I do have some videos here about my journey coming to Kuwait as well, if you want to check those out.
It's a Canadian in Kuwait! It's so exotic! A Canadian in Kuwait! A blob of wet Wonder Bread from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada managed to buy a plane ticket. What an accomplishment! Our Canadian in Kuwait, it's the latest thing. It's gonna be a huge success.
So yeah, back to my story. Whenever I first got to the apartment, and I remember walking in and just feeling almost right at home right away.
Do you notice that stupid edit that came right there? Just feeling at home right away is not what she wanted to say. That's another hole in the story. It's like, I remember when we got here, and it's like, fuck. Oh, no, sorry. Give me a minute. Oh, yeah, I just felt at home right away. Get the fuck out of here.
It was really hot outside that evening, and so the AC was blaring. It was so cute. Like, just little things like that to make me comfortable.
Little things like that, talking about the weather, that's patter. Chantel is the type of creature that's been lying to people for a long, long time. And when she talks about inconsequential things that are not related to the meat and potatoes of her lying story, it works on stupid people. It's like, oh yeah, and the weather, and then we were getting car parts and something else, and it makes it seem like the whole thing is real if you're stupid, and the more that she keeps offering, it's just padding, and well, yeah, what I said earlier, it's patter, right? That's what it is.
He would do, like, put the AC down to 22, even though he likes it on 25. So things like that, just to make me comfortable and feel welcome. And we just pretty much stayed in bed.
Yes, albeit at different addresses.
And watched movies and talked and got to know each other and fall more deeply in love with each other. And just spent a lot of more intimate time together as husband and wife. One thing I really love about Kuwait is how hospitable and friendly the neighbors are. We had some really nice neighbors.
That are all imaginary, which is why none of them are part of your footage.
It was a Syrian man, and his wife was from Egypt, and we just, they would invite us over.
Sure they did. And there was a leprechaun there, and y'all played backgammon. It was really great. And you all exchanged phone numbers, and you're gonna meet again next weekend. It's just they just said the leprechaun said he didn't want to be on camera, so that's why there isn't any footage of it.
And she's the one who would randomly bring us the
what? The puddings, yes. Chantel almost lost the fake storyline there for a moment. Because somebody else just, just finished operating another piece of heavy equipment in the background there. Kaboom! Chantel, it's difficult to make those fake videos, with all that racket in the background, huh? Yeah, no, the puddings, right, tell us, the puddings? Yeah, the puddings were just great.
The puddings and the olives and just food that she would make, like roasted corn and sweet potatoes. And we went over one evening, remember, and we just sat there and talked, and she made us like banana smoothie and some corn. And
sure she did. Chantel told herself like a long time ago, it's like, in order to sell this stuff, you gotta keep bringing other people that don't even exist into the story, so that in the imaginations of her idiot beezer audience, they actually start to believe this. And, I could just imagine the woman coming over bringing corn and puddings and smoothies and banana puddings and olives and dates and all and camel treats and somebody brought something for the hamster. Sure, yeah. What's the saying to use? Sure, Jan.
Just some delicious, healthy things, and it was just really nice. I do find it a bit difficult because I don't speak any Arabic, and so I mean I couldn't really say much in the way of anything. I pretty much had to use my translator, so a lot. Google Translate. is a savior.
Or at least it would be if you had any reason to use it and any of this horse shit was real. It's like, it was just, there were so many people, they were so kind, they brought so much stuff, it was just so amazing and delicious, and thank goodness we had the translator there because it was a total savior with all these wonderful neighbors that don't even exist.
So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, about our first place. Like I said, I know I needed a lot of privacy. We're going to be opening up a little bit more as we feel comfortable. There are a lot of things we do want to keep private in our life. I just feel that it is healthier in a lot of ways, especially in a healthy relationship. If you want.
Chantel, the more that you talk about relationships like you used to talk about water fasting, the more we totally believe you. Well, not here. I guess your beezers believe it. Not us here, though.
I want to keep it that way. But some things will all be revealed in due time. There's also a lot of information being demanded from us that we just don't feel that we owe people.
So what you do owe people is crazy rants on your community tab about bodily discharges from men and women and screaming at natters, things like that.
A lot of things will just remain private, but I wanted to share this story with you a little bit and talk about, just the fondness I feel when I think about the old place, because it was our first time being together as husband and wife, and just the little efforts that Salah put into it.
Made it almost seem like a home, and made you two grifters almost seem like you were in love, like a real couple, and not just a couple of grifters in a shitty, ugly shoebox telling lies.
To make me feel welcome made all the difference, and made it a really special little place for us.
Just like this place is special, with throngs of poverty-stricken people screaming at each other in the hallways and industrial racket happening only a few yards away. It almost feels like it's real, Chantel. It really does.
So that was our place in Salmia area, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story.
Over here, yes we do, because we take it for what it is. Dishonest horseshit peddled by a freak talking to us through a Samsung filter.
And if you did, of course, please thumbs up this video. I don't usually ask for thumbs up, but I'm gonna start acting more like a YouTuber. So I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your positive comments. Please leave me some and I will like and reply. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a blessed day and masalama, bye.
Holy Toledo, that was terrible. And, like, if any of us came this far, I do a better job than anybody else. What am I going to do? Be modest? I'm the best. So if you came this far into it, I could do a standalone video reaction on her horrible song. However, for those of you that have come all this far, I'm gonna do the song here. Okay, you guys deserve it, and let's do it properly. It is 7:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, January 15th, 2023, as I'm speaking now. And a few minutes ago, I went and I got this screen grab. Look at the shitty thumbnail she made. And it says 23 hours ago. So technically speaking, it was still yesterday. She must have posted this like around 8:30 p.m. on the 14th of January. And she's got 8.9k views out of a channel that has, on paper at least, an installed base of 93.7. So it's nice, weak views for the creature. And it's 2.5 minutes long. And it's really terrible. And this is something where it's like, this is like, I don't take the story seriously. You guys know that. It's a fake story. Thing is, this project that she's done here, this 2.5 minute long song, is so bad that it raises the question, is this her idea of content or is this a troll? One way or the other, it's just so bad that we have to run it once, not interrupted, and then we'll run it a second time and I'll react to it, okay? It's 2.5 minutes, so I'm going to give it to you 2.5 minutes. I'm going to leave the Samsung thing up there to transform it, and then we're going to react to it, okay? So, let's get to it.
I'm writing this song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, babies. They said, she's so fat, she's so gross, she will never find love. The only one who could love this woman is the good Lord up above. Now I'm married and you're wary, 'cause he loves everything about me. Belly's scary, but he no carry, 'cause I love him deeply. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, babies. He's tall and athletic, I'm round and pathetic, but together we make a perfect 10. Haters say it's all pretend, but this man is mine, he's so fine, so stay mad, babies. They said she'll never go to Kuwait, she's afraid of the plane, all because of her weight. Well, you gotta live your life, honey, even with a hefty waist. I got on the plane and I sat in only one seat. I saw a part of the world you never did, so stay mad, babies. Well, stay mad, babies. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, babies. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, babies. Stay mad, babies. They said she will never change, she will always stay the same, pathetic and insane. But here I am back online after being cancelled again. Stay mad, babies. Oh, thank you very much.
Alright, so let's get in here and play it the second time. This time you get my reaction to it. We don't need that Samsung to transform it. Okay, let's do it.
I'm writing this song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead.
How does the wildebeest publishing this piece of garbage prove that her fake story is true? Like, let's pretend that we're beezers, which we are not, and we're on the fence, and we're just, we don't know which way to go. And like, she does this, and this somehow proves that she is correct. The only thing this is proving is that Chantel is fucking tone deaf. Like, whenever she sings over a song, like, it always kind of like goes bad real quick. And so here she is trying to do something original, and it's just tone deaf. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
So stay mad, babies. They said she's so fat, she's so gross, she will never find love.
This lying thing does not want love. Some excuses for humans are just that way. And it's like, what do you want? Just to stare at the floor, do drugs, and eat shit food. Like she said in one of her like earlier videos on her channel, just do what you want, eat what you want, and die early. It's okay, that's all that this thing wants. So, I mean, if you let yourself go, like I keep saying it, because I have to keep saying it in answer to her ridiculous story, which makes no sense to an adult, that if you let yourself go and you do this, you're also saying to any prospective partner, I don't give a fuck about you either. I only care about my own lust for shit food, doing drugs, and doing nothing. So, like, she's saying, oh, they would say I would never find love. She doesn't want any love. It's all a lying story. It's just like, she had her biggest success pretending to fight with Natter and pretending to be a rape victim and pretending to bring charges, like, you know, that story. And now it's this. Now, like, oh, she found love. She didn't find love. It's all fake. This Salah clown is just a friend of Natter's, and that's why she went over there. And when she figured out that she could use the hijab and pretend to be a Muslim because it covers her blubber, she said, well, that's just a bonus item. That's the end of it. That's all this mess is.
The only one who could love this woman is the good Lord up above.
There is good reason why I refer to Chantel as a creature, because people have morals and emotions and a conscience and know right from wrong, and animals can be loyal and know right from wrong, and at least they don't plot evil against others. And like for Chantel, it's just there's no feelings, there's no morality. It's just an appetite on two legs. That's just a creature. And she'll use 9/11 to draw attention to herself by making fun of it. She'll make fun of kids getting killed in a tragedy in the United States to draw attention to herself so she gets clicks and money. And now she does this. And with her horrible excuse for a song, says, the only one that's gonna love that woman is the good Lord up above. Chantel is an atheist. If you reach the age of 38 and your philosophy of life is to just do what you want, eat what you want, and the hedonist part is just do drugs, eat garbage food, and like Chantel says when she's in the townhouse, it's her and a vibrator and junk food. And it's disgusting that now she pretends to be all spiritual to make money with this fake storyline. It's just so profane. That, you know, whatever you may believe in, or if you have no faith at all, that's fine too. It doesn't mean that you can't be a good person. The Chantel is a poor excuse for a human, and she is pretending to be Muslim to exploit the faith that people have for that religion, and she's putting it into this song, and it's just so blasphemous and profane and not at all necessary. I wish she was off the platform. That's my opinion on that. Let's keep going.
Now I'm married and you're wary, 'cause he loves everything about me. Belly's scary, but he no carry, 'cause I love him deeply. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, baby.
I cannot tell exactly if she's saying stay mad babies or stay mad baby. I don't know if she's telling off what she refers to as the haters, or if she's doing this as part of her fake fight with Natter. I don't know. It's just like, this is a damn mess. And even a mess can be good stuff if there's some talent behind it. There's this tone deaf warbling and so little effort. Like I said, whether this is a troll or not, there's no talent behind this. This is just terrible material.
He's tall and athletic, I'm round and pathetic, but together we make a perfect 10. Haters say it's all pretend, but this man is mine. He's so fine, so stay mad, babies.
So it is stay mad babies, which means that she's using the fake story as a basis to tell off all of her critics, saying, you're all jealous that I found this wonderful man, and so go ahead and stay mad, because you're just angry because this is for real, and I've got it and you don't have it. This is not fooling anybody outside of some very stupid, broken beezers. Like, we can tell this is not an adult relationship. It doesn't even qualify as a teenager relationship. It's so ridiculous. And when she said earlier on, like, oh, I'm round and pathetic, when she does a little bit of self-facing humor, like as if that makes everything legitimate, that she can poke a wee bit of fun about herself, that doesn't convince anybody over here. And the pictures that she's using are all going through the Samsung filter. And even though Salah, pretends to be the tough guy. You know, he did. He said he was going to kick Natter's ass, and he does it on YouTube, and Chantel gets to keep her channel, and Natter doesn't report him either, because they're all working together. My bet would be that Salah is not heterosexual, and the whole damn thing is just ridiculous. And so anyway, let's move.
They said she'll never go to Kuwait. She's afraid of the plane, all because of her weight. Well, you gotta live your life, honey, even with a hefty waist. I got on the plane and I sat in only one seat. I saw a part of the world you never did, so stay mad, babies.
So she bought a plane ticket. Wow, what an amazing accomplishment. A Canadian in Kuwait! Which is why her couples channel is a big failure. Even with a huge push from her already established channel, it's a failure. Nobody cares.
Well, stay mad, babies. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me. Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay mad, babies. I'm writing the song to prove you're all wrong, so wrong about me.
So by running 2 pictures of the cats, that somehow proves that she is a great pet parent and everyone else is wrong? And what does this prove? I mean, they weren't even together for this picture. And her head is being squashed by the software at Samsung, which doesn't prove anything either.
Everything you said is the opposite instead, so stay my babies. Stay my babies. They said she will never change, she will always stay the same, pathetic and insane.
No, the words are evil liar, which has not changed. Like, when she has her fake fight with Frenchie, just because it is fake doesn't mean that she isn't putting hateful material onto the platform. And her talking racist things about black people, she's doing that on purpose to draw attention to herself, and then she dirty deletes it, and then YouTube pretends like it's not there. And then there's guys like, Zachary Michael, who pretends to be outraged, yet doesn't call for her to be removed from the platform. So the material she provides, even though it's all based on fuckery, is still evil lying. It's not like, oh, you're insane. Fuck that bullshit. She doesn't have affective disorders. She's just a conniving, evil, lying piece of crap that found out that you can get free money by pretending you're a rape victim, by pretending that you're bringing criminal charges, and by pretending that you married this guy, and pretending that you're a Muslim, because it doesn't make sense for people to be confronted with someone wearing the attire of the Islamic religion, and yet acting like a profane piece of white trash from Ontario, Canada at the same time. It's just garbage material.
But here I am back online after being cancelled again. Stay mad, babies.
Okay, so we done. And this proves my point yet again, because I was just starting this. I wanted to make the argument because Chantel says that she was banned from YouTube for a week. And all the other reaction channels, including Zachary Michael, they parrot it and say she's been banned. And her co-worker, Nader Elshami, says she's been banned. And I was making the argument that no, she was not banned, and to consider the source of the data, which is a liar. And for her to just pull herself off and say she was banned makes it look like her horseshit with this new character, Alan, was for real. He's just another clown that's making a few bucks, helping out with this bullshit. I mean, don't forget I mean, like, it's so ridiculous. Like, why go to Kuwait to find some guy? There's no way that you fell in love online in a couple of weeks, because that's how fast it took her to start talking about the guy. It's like, oh, it was a whirlwind romance. I asked for someone, and the Lord gave me Salah the very next day. Does anybody believe that? Especially coming from this atheist piece of garbage? So, as I started this reaction, it's taken me like 9 hours of work to do this over the past 2 days. It is just coming up on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, January 15th, 2023, for me to finish a fucking reaction to something that Chantel dropped on Friday the 13th. It's taken me more than 2 days. And when I started it, this stupid song of hers was not there. And so in the middle of me reacting, this is what she ends with. She brings this song while I'm working on my argument. And there she's saying, oh, I was canceled. I was canceled. So if it is her saying it, yeah, that proves it even more. Bullshit. She was not kicked off of YouTube for a week, banned. She pretended to be banned. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.